We already have longer life milk. Now bread makers are pinning their profit hopes on bread that'll last a lot longer on supermarket shelves. The nation's biggest baker, Goodman Fielder, is thinking of abandoning daily bread deliveries to retailers in the face of tough competition from supermarkets, which sell loaves for as little as $1. Getting the bread from the baker to the shop accounts for more than 40% of Goodman Fielder's costs. So it's looking at ways of extending a loaf's shelf life without compromising quality, according to the company's new chief executive. David Cummings is the owner of the independent Bowan Island Bakery.
Well, look, I think there's no doubt that it's possible to increase shelf life. Look, keeping quality is definitely an arguable case. Being an artisan baker, quality is about ingredients and the purity of food. So, look, with today's technology and food sort of technology, you can easily add a lot of different additives and preservatives into baked products to get that sort of shelf life. But yeah, it's arguable whether the quality will remain the same or not.
But with distribution costs so high, it does make sense for a company like Goodman Fielder to find a way to bring some of its overheads down.
Oh, look, there's no question at all. I mean, that's at 43%, which was quoted in the paper this morning, was quite high. You know, considering if you look at the volume of their production and the magnitude of their company, that would be an enormous cost. I think if you look at it, it's always interesting looking at statistics. There's three figures there. I'd say it was, when they say distribution, it would have been everything back of house, the administration, everything to do with the business to get to that cost, I'm quite sure.
When it comes to the price that the consumer pays for a loaf of bread, though, you have the supermarkets in some cases charging $1 for a loaf. Goodman Fielder wants to remain competitive with that. And then, I suppose, at the other end, there are guys like you who produce the bread that we can see behind you. How much do you charge for a loaf on average?
We charge anywhere from $4.75 to about $7, depending on the bread. We do quite a range of different breads. Well, I think I'm a firm believer in the adage that you get what you pay for. We use premium organic grains. If we use preservative in a bread, we're using honey, rather than just going for commercial additives and improvers to get a longer shelf life out of product. I think the whole marketing angle of Coles, which we've seen in the milk sort of pricing as well, it's clever because it's basically getting people in store to buy $1 loaf of bread, and strangely enough they'll end up buying a bunch of other things. I think Goodman Fielder's up against it in a sense that there's no way they're going to be able to compete with getting a bread down to $1. So yeah, they're in a pretty tight spot.
David Cummings, thank you.
It's a pleasure.